Haven't even seen like
right?
I was like, dang, okay, I gotta make time.
And then what's even crazier is now with the Avermedia, it's going to be even easier to make videos. And
That's
I
right.
have like 700 more games I can make videos of. So
That's awesome.
it's just ridiculous. And like I got there was a Capcom sale on Steam, so I got Resident Evil Revelations for like $9, which I'm pretty excited about.
One, it doesn't even have to be a power hour, but like the one game I want to see you play, because I want to see how you do is like I don't know if you have it on your Steam library. Is Game Dev Tycoon.
I need to get it because that's the one kind of tycoon game that everyone's telling me that it's well worth it.
Yeah, I want to see how you run a video game company.
Right? Oh god, it'd be a disaster. I would be that guy. I would be the guy that all the gamers online hate because I'd be like, oh, well, we could save $20 by like not having an instruction manual. Yeah, fucking do it. Like, like I would be the most penny pinching. I would
Yeah.
be the worst. Like, I love all of the people saying that Notch, the dude that made Minecraft, oh, Notch sold out. He sold out for $2 billion.
Right.
I'm like, motherfucker, you'd sell out in a heartbeat for $2 million or 2 billion. Like, not even I'd sell out for 2 million. Like, oh my god, 2 billion fucking dollars, really?
Exactly, man.
Oh, and he wanted to get out of making big games anyway. So you're going to give me $2 billion to do the thing that I was already going to do anyway? All right. It's just funny, man. And like, oh well, and like talking about he needs to like stay true to whatever dumbass thing that the internet holds him accountable for. And you're like, shut up. Like it's all getting ridiculous, man. And that whole Gamergate thing, I don't know if you saw any of that.
I keep seeing stuff about it. I'm like, oh gosh, really? Are we? This is what we're coming down to?
It's so dumb. Like I talked about a little bit on the last Power Hour, and I'm probably going to end up
Right.
talking about it on this Power Hour too, because it just doesn't go the fuck away. It's so funny. People talking about journalistic integrity. I'm like, get out of here, with that horse shit. Like, show me any business at all that has an enthusiast press. So, like, let's talk about Car and Driver magazine. Let's talk about Fangoria. Let's talk about anything, and tell me that they're not paying for advertising.
We shouldn't
Like,
be here.
oh yeah, not at all. They're like, get the fuck out of here. Uh, where is my thing? Is this it? Yeah. High booster gold camera. You took me into
Okay.
dangerous territory.
Jeez, the danger zone.
Shit. They were all purples too.
Yeah. Oh, those are the villains.
Oh yeah. Oh, and they're all
Oh, jeez.
fighting.
You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna fight you. You're level 5. You're not gonna do anything.
Nice. Are you guys fighting up top? Because I think I saw you during my little cutscene. Big brawl happening
Nice.
up top.
Yeah.
This is great. All right. I can see you guys down there. Well done. I got 4 XP. I didn't even do anything.
I'm just level 5. I'm gonna.
See, I think there's my other one up over here.
Anyways.
But yeah, there's just ridiculous nonsense happening. I just think that, even Notch in his, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, I posted his like farewell letter or whatever, like, hey, it's been fun. I liked making Minecraft. Just all that
I
stuff.
just saw that. I didn't get to see the article.
The last 2 sentences, I can quote him verbatim. He says, it's not about the money, it's about my sanity. So it's like, it's like you've got to feel bad for the guy, but like what a shitty place to be in as far as like development hell is. I don't would not want to make games ever. Like there's no reason to because the people you're making it for are a bunch of grognards. Like they're a bunch of people that are just going to bitch and complain no matter what you make. And then you have to like deal with marketing in like places like Polygon and Kotaku and like, oh, we got to send these fuckers to play our game so they can review it. Like it's just a miserable business. Like there's not a good part about it. Yeah, sure there's that part like look at what I made and what I made people are enjoying. But that means, people have to enjoy it. And nowadays, if you go into any like Reddit forum, it's all people bitching about everything. You just got to take it easy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not opposed to being critical, you know what I mean? But there's a difference between being critical and being an asshole.
Mm.
Let's see. I think now I get to go back down to the Chinatown police station to continue my mission. Let's see. Yeah, they announced God, when is Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out for Xbox One and PS4? Like November 18th?
What was that again?
Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out for like PS4 and Xbox
November
One.
18th or something?
Yeah, I think so. And then of course the PC version is coming January 29th,
Yeah.
something like that. But I'm
Yeah.
getting it for
Yeah, dude, I saw the
PS4.
trailer. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're adding a whole bunch of shit. Yeah.
I was like, I kind of regret getting it for the PS3 now.
Oh, there's so many dumb booster gold missions. I still have like 5 of them left. I'm only a bar away from leveling though, so that's not too bad. Let's see.
What are you doing now?
Oh, I still have like 4 of those booster gold deals left.
Okay.
Ugh, it's trying to knock those out, and then we can keep going. It was funny in my digital imaging class today. Uh, Basically, it's just like Photoshop 101. And I've used Photoshop since like Photoshop 5. So like it's it's a cool class because I get to learn what the new Photoshop does. Because I have Photoshop CS5 here at the house, but they're teaching Photoshop CS6. So they did improve some stuff, and so it's kind of fun to tinker with the new stuff. It's just really funny because today's assignment was like, okay, we're gonna start a project that's gonna take 1 week to finish, and I finished it in about 20 minutes. And then she was like, well, if you want, if you want to use more class time, you can start on this other project. And then I got that one like 30 minutes later, and she was like, okay, you're actually done for the month, so you can just kind of hang out. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Now you were the guy that was you were telling me like yeah I did all this other stuff. I forgot what class it was. I think it was for like your one of your media classes.
Oh yeah, where he's like, I don't need this class, berber berber. Like,
Like what are you doing here then?
see, the nice thing though is I'll actually do all of the assignments, just to prove to myself that I can. And
Yeah.
plus, it's going to do is pad my GPA, so I'm
Hmm.
not too worried about it. And it's like, it'll be a good class to kind of get used to being a student again, because
Right.
that was the thing. Like, I hadn't been a student in fucking 8 years. I didn't know how to remember to do that shit. Oh, I don't know if you saw it. I think it was just today. The creative director for Saints Row left the company.
For real?
Yeah. So Gat Out of Hell was the last thing they did.
Huh. That's interesting. I hope that doesn't mean like trouble for the series.
I don't think it would because there's so many people on that and it's made them so much money that,
Yeah.
I think it's going to go well. But yeah, maybe they were just done. Because I think they'd been creative director since like Saints Row 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just I was getting a little worried that just hearing that now, I was like, I hope that's not like another Naughty Dog situation.
Right. Yeah, because, God, so many
Just
people left Naughty
everybody
Dog.
just leaving. Wait, you guys don't like Drake?
Yeah, that's another thing. I still have Last of Us and I haven't even played a single minute of it yet. But I'll probably capture it in 720 because it'll do 60 frames a second. And the AverMedia can capture 60 frames a second. The only deal is YouTube can't play 60 frames a second. So it's like they need to get their shit together. They have that YouTube 60 that they got in beta,
Hmm.
but they haven't. Lord knows when that's going to come out of beta. Google just loves to beta test shit. Like Google Plus is apparently still in beta. I had no idea.
I apparently isn't like Gmail still in beta?
Probably. I remember getting my first Gmail invite in like 2007 and feeling like a
Like you have to
big
get an
shot.
invite for email. Like really?
Yeah, right. Like, oh, you're part of the special club.
Wasn't that like
I'm like,
snail mail or something?
right. Yeah, it's like call on deliveries, basically. And then I remember when call on deliveries used to not be a thing after like all the soap operas and they were doing infomercials for like veggie choppers or whatever. And they were like, no CODs available. Let's see. What? Was it over here? No. My radar keeps like flashing and I'm right near the thing, but then the arrow keeps moving
Like
around.
you missed you like you have to turn around or something?
Yeah. There it is. What?
Here.
Where's it at? Oh, yeah.
And a villain.
It's funny on the Power Hour. I'm probably going to talk all about Destiny because, everyone's kind of like, well,
Well, you play a
Destiny.
different game.
Well, like, right? That'd be pretty amazing. We play like DCUO and just talk about Destiny for 3 hours. Um, but like on the on the because the Power Hour this time will be Destiny, but it's going to be good because I'll be able to talk about it and like it's getting like sixes and sevens and
Uh-huh.
and the thing is I can see it. Like yeah, I can get it. Like, all right. It's not like I'm way butthurt. Like these people don't know what video games are, or like
Right.
how some people get super upset at the critic reviews. Like if the Metacritic on Destiny is like 60, I'd understand. I'd be like, yeah, I get. It's it
Yeah.
goes through all the motions to be a big blockbuster game, but doesn't feel like its own thing really. Like it feels like Halo Borderlands.
Yeah.
But I'm way into Halo Borderlands, so you know what I mean. It's just one of those deals that I'm gonna like it a lot better than a lot of people.
Right. Right. Like at the end of the day, if you're gonna have fun with it, that's all that matters.
Right, exactly. At least it's not like God. I'll never forget I'll never forget how much hyperbole was going on during the time of like Grand Theft Auto 4 and Metal Gear Solid 4. Like if you read those reviews, you would think that it was the second coming.
Yeah.
Like legit, that it was healing people's sick babies, and because they were like, there will never be anything like. I'm upset that I was born before this game was out. Like that type of review, and you're like, what is this even talking about? So I'm glad that people are actually giving games that deserve sevens a seven.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, it says go to the. I wonder if I can do this. It says go to the MPD station, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to do my other booster gold ones while we're out and about.
Yeah. You
Because
can
I'm,
get rid of. You can do all of them. Just select them
yeah,
and
just
go ahead
track
and put
them and
those
then,
wherever they need to go.
yeah, we'll do that. That way we can just stack it up.
Yep. Yeah. Ever since you played Destiny, I was watching like other people play Destiny as well,
Hmm.
and I was watching like people do like this story like campaign
Yeah.
co-op. I was like, man, that looks pretty good. To do co-op with 1 to 30
Yeah.
storyline. I was like, that looks pretty good.
It has the 1 to 30 the 1 to 30 storyline, and then after that, uh, well, I guess it's like level 1 to 20, and then after level 20, you do the end game. So you do like raids and instances and stuff, and then you get
Yeah.
light gear, and then light gear can level up 10 levels. So I guess it's sort of like how Paragon levels work in Diablo, to where the level cap is 70, but you could be level 900. Like you could be
Right.
just ridiculous level. Um, but the part I'm kind of the most excited about is the multiplayer because I was super close to buying another 360 to buy like one of the slimline just to play Halo 3 and Halo Reach online because those online modes were freaking amazing. But now that I have a game made by Bungie that plays exactly like Halo on my PlayStation 4,
Right.
I ain't gonna buy no fucking Xbox. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that was the only reason I was gonna buy one. So
Yeah.
now that there's a game that plays pretty much like Halo, I won't have to buy an Xbox for Halo. So
Yeah.
that's why I love it. It's going to save me $500. Like later down the line, whenever they get cheap and there's a slim line and stuff, I might get an Xbox One. But there's just really nothing out for it yet, at least for me. And I'll be getting the PC upgrade in January. So the stuff that was exclusive, like a Dead Rising 3, shit, that's out on Steam. So it'll look better, it'll play better.
Yeah.
I'll get better, you know, better gameplay videos and shit. So It'll be it'll be nice. And the good news is, since I have the Avermedia, I'll be playing a lot more MMOs,
Hmm.
just because it's so much easier to capture footage of them now.
Right.
And like I did some Guild Wars stuff, and I messed around with the video settings, and it didn't look very good. But now that I know I can just force it to 720, I'll probably just do it that way. That way, there's no borders, or
Right.
I don't have to play the game on a janky resolution, or But I guess one of my main things about Destiny, and I'll probably talk about it on the Power Hour, is like, some dude in chat last time asked me if it was open world. It's like, well, like, would you consider DC Universe Online open world? It's like,
Mm,
sort of,
semi, because there's two big zones, and then like everything else is like a smaller instance zone.
right, and then it like filters you to the content. You know what I mean? Like, you can sure the city's big, but can you really go do anything? Like that's where it gets interesting, and it's like that's the same thing with Destiny. Is it's like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, all you can really do is shoot shit.
Right.
So, I open world, I don't know. I mean, it's big as hell, but I don't know if I'd consider it a actual open world. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. As I'm watching ahead of you, ahead of where you're at in progress with other videos, it um they basically use the same areas, but because I guess it's procedural, like
Mhm.
everything else would be like all the enemies would be in like in different places or whatever. You know, that I guess that's how they make it like more refresh.
Right.
Um, but as I was watching watching other people play, I was like, yeah, okay, they went here before, but I guess they're just using like what 6 or 7 stages of if you're gonna be in the moon or if you're gonna be in like Mars or whatever,
Yeah.
they're gonna reuse those stages, and then just shuffle everything around. I was like, yeah, that's fine. The area is
Yeah.
big enough to where it
Right.
can feel a little bit new, but at the same time, you're familiar.
You're familiar with the terrain and kind of the lay of the land. But
Right.
then yeah. So I mean, yeah, I agree, and yeah, I find nothing wrong with that. Hell, like Power Hour last time was Diablo 2, and or yeah, before the Unreal Tournament one was Diablo 2, and that's all Diablo 2 is it's exactly the same tile sets, everything. Like Act 1 is the fucking blood marsh. That's it. Act 2 is like the sand area. That's it. But then every time you play it, they procedurally generate it. So you still fight the same people, you still fight exactly the same bosses in the same order, but things are slightly altered enough to kind of keep it interesting. But then, but then I remember when procedural generation was its own thing, and whenever it first really came out, and then all of the people making the games are like, these games are infinite because there's so many changes, and it's a new game every time you play, and
Yeah.
which not really, like it's kind of the same thing, but I see what they mean.
Yeah.
That one.
Now, do you think like hearing that about Destiny is a little bit like deters you away, or you're fine with it?
What the like? Oh, it's a different
Like
game every time,
you would
or
basically be revisiting like stages.
no? Because that's that's kind of how MMOs are.
Yeah.
And what bugs me is the fact that they're like, no, no, this is nothing like an MMO. You're like, come on. You have raid bosses. You have instances. You have gear drops. You have a fucking gear score. You can't get into certain past level 20 areas if your gear isn't good enough. So, like,
Yeah.
what do you mean it's not an MMO? And then, not only that, but they actually went and their PR people said, oh, the game starts at level 20. You know who else says that? Blizzard about World of Warcraft. You know, like that's the fucking most MMO out of all the MMOs, and you know you're taking a line out of their book. Like, of course it's an MMO. Just be true to what it is, and everything will be fine. Don't try to don't. Oh no, it's way different. Like, no, it's exactly the same. That's the only part that bugs me, but no, I mean, but like I said, that type of game's just definitely in my wheelhouse. That's sort of, if I could stream one type of game for the rest of my life forever, it would be an MMO. I mean, hell, I've been so tempted to get to re-up in Final Fantasy 14. The only thing is my computer's not strong enough to stream it. I can record video of it in 720 now in perfect clarity and everything like that. I just can't stream it. So I'm going to wait to re-up until I can stream it. Because I think that would be such a fun game to watch. Because there's so many people interested in Final Fantasy 14 2.0 because they're like, okay, did they really fix this? Like
Yeah.
it was a trash heap before, but now it's so good. It's probably the best pay to play MMO, and I say that even with Warlords of Draenor coming out for World of Warcraft. I would say Final Fantasy 14 is like the one. That's the one to keep your eye on.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, they did a free week, like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I think I sent a message or sent a post to you about it, or actually,
Yeah.
like on the feed. And then they're doing the same thing for 11. It's just like a free week, or I don't know, free 2 weeks or whatever.
Oh wow! If they're doing a free 2 weeks of 11, I'll reinstall it and record a power hour.
Yeah.
It would be nice. Like that's like all the free to play MMOs will be really interesting. Um,
Yeah.
and I try to stay out of stuff like Sony Vegas and all the video editing programs. Like I can use them and I can use Photoshop so I can make neat things and fade in and fade out and all that stuff. But it just I don't know that just a lot of time that I could be doing something else like playing games.
Right.
Um, but I've been thinking about doing some sort of MMO specific show. Like we spend a month with this game, and then we spend a month with this game, and then we spend that way I'm not spending $60 a month on all these MMO subscriptions.
Right. You're not subbing for all of these just to show like the mechanics of the game, like the stuff that you won't see after the first month or whatever.
Right, exactly. But then there's enough content there to actually see what the differences in all of these MMOs are.